Hi students, a very pleasant and warm greetings to you all. Hope you are doing good. We are seeing the basics of this computer application, right? Last session we have seen about the control structures which will be used in the HTML, JavaScript or PHP and all, right? And today we are going to see the basics about functions, okay? Whatever you learn, if you are learning a JavaScript or if you are learning a PHP coding or whatever programming language you learn, you will be learning about functions, okay? Functions means it's a small block of statement. That means if you take any coding, it may be a JavaScript or it may be a HTML coding or any type of coding, usually we will have it may be of a single page or it may be of 100 pages also. So if a big coding language, in a coding language, if you are designing a code for some operation to do a addition, you are designing a program, means it will be of 1 page or 2 page or 3 page or it may be of 100 pages also. So it will be difficult to find errors and it will be difficult to write the coding 100 pages each time, right? So what we can do is we can take the single block of that means a separate set of instruction. Coding is nothing but it will be the instruction which you will give to the computer and it will execute the process. Any task can be done using the coding, right? As we are seeing in the last sessions and all, any coding language is used to create any web page, or it is used to design a page, or whatever task you are giving, whatever instructions you are giving to the computer through the code, through the programming language, it will just execute the instruction, it will just obey your instruction and it will give the output for what you have designed. Okay, so here in your 11th grade you will be learning the basics of the coding, that is HTML, and you will go one step ahead of it, that is JavaScript also. Okay, so here you will learn about the functions in JavaScript. Functions means if you are having one full page of code, if five lines is a set of code, that means if you are writing a code to find average, one set of code will be for finding the sum or total, and the next set of code will be for dividing the number, right? Average means you know how to add the whole thing and you have to divide it by the number of things. Average, how will you take average? If five subjects are there, you will just add all the 5 subjects marks and then you will divide it by 5, right? You will divide it by the total number and first you will add all the marks and then you will divide it for the number of subjects, right? If 500 means if you are taking 100 for all the 5 subjects, it will be total will be 500, right? 100 into 5 is 500, or 100 plus 100 plus 100, so 100 5 times means 500 and you will be dividing with 5, so the percentage or the average will be 100, right? Likewise, to find the average, when you are writing a code, when you are writing a program to find an average of any value, you will be writing, how you will write? You will be writing the set of codes to input, to get the input values first, and then you will be writing the set of lines of programs to display the values which you have got, right? And then after that what you will do? You will be writing the set of instructions or set of codes. One set of codes will be for adding all the numbers, right? And the next set will be for you have to divide the number with the number of values, right? So first set will be adding. So this set you can take it separately and you can give a name for it and you can make that as a function. Okay, so function means it is a block of code. Okay, in a big program you can take small blocks and you can give a name for it as function. Okay, so here we have some different types of functions also. Now we are just seeing the basics. Okay, here functions means function. So one set of code will be there in one function, you will give the name as function sum. Okay, so if you are assigning the set of codes with a name called sum, and if you are giving the name function, function is the syntax, right? So function sum, like that, if you are giving one name, and after that if you are giving this set of codes to execute the total, means wherever in the whole program, wherever you need to add something, you can just call the word sum of, and you can give the values there. So what all values you give, it will be summed up and you will get the output. Okay, so you understood that wherever you need that particular set of program, you can just mention that function's name alone, only that word in that place, and it will be easy for you to execute the whole program, right? So the programs will be little small, you can make it easier, right? So you can take the functions, now you understood what is functions, right? It is a block of code that will be defined once, and it may be executed number of times. Wherever you want, you can just call the name of the function and you can execute it. Understood the meaning of function now, right? So here you will have two types of functions. One is predefined function and the other one is user defined function. Okay, predefined in the sense, predefined functions means we'll be saying it as library functions also. Library functions or predefined functions means here some functions will be defined when this coding is created, when this programming, this thing is manufactured itself, right? So that means, how to say, when you are getting some books, when you are getting some book, it is having a format, right? You are studying 11th standard, right? 11th standard means we have some rules for that. You will be studying English, Tamil and one main subject, and the next one is secondary subject you will be learning, and another one. So 5 subjects you will be learning, right? So that is the format. We cannot change it. It is designed by the government, and that is the educational procedure, right? So likewise here some functions are predefined, like uppercase, lowercase, like that. Some functions are there, length, to find the length and all, or if you are having the all the letters in small letter, if you want to convert it into capital letter, you will have some functions, upper, off. You don't have to define the function there, you don't have to create function upper, and you don't need to give the codings there. Simply you can call that upper, off, and if you are giving the values inside that function, automatically the value, the alphabets inside the function, inside the particular function will be changed to capital letter. Understood? So likewise here these are the predefined functions. Some functions will be defined by the JavaScript itself. If you are learning PHP functions, means some functions will be defined by the PHP itself. So we cannot change any letter of that. We can just take it and use it. If you need that particular operation to be done, you can just take that word, uppercase, of lowercase, like that. Some words are there, so you can just take that word and you can just use it. When you are using it, the particular operation will be done in that program. Okay, these are predefined, it is already defined. So only this word came, predefined. Okay, predefined or library function. Okay, this will be in the library when you are installing the particular programming language itself. Okay, and the other one is user defined function. This is user defined. Who is the user? If you are writing a coding, you are the user, right? Whoever is designing or whoever is writing the program, they are the user, right? They can define some functions. As I said you, if you want to do some average, means you can just give a name, function average. Inside that function you can give the formulas to calculate the average, and wherever you have to calculate the average, you can just call the word which comes along with this function. Okay, you can give, it will have some format also, function, and then function name will be there, and inside the bracket what all parameters, that is if you need A, B, C, D, means all the parameters will be included inside the bracket. and the set of variables or the executable statements which will be used for the procedure to do the operation will be included inside this function. Okay, this function will start with the open brace and close brace, that is the bracket. Okay, flower bracket, you will open the flower bracket and you will close it. Inside this you can give the operations, and that operations will be executed wherever you call the particular function's name. Okay, first the word function, and then you can give any one name there, and then inside the bracket you will be giving the parameters. It's like some variables or whatever letters or number, whatever you are using, that A, B, C, like that. If you are using two parameters, you will use A and B. If it is an integer, you will use int A comma B, like that. Whatever parameters you will use inside this function, you will just declare it there, and inside the function you will just declare the variables. If A is equal to 1 or A is equal to the input value which we are getting, like that. If you want, you can just declare it, declare the variable, and then the executable statements or the instructions which has to be followed, you can give it here. Okay, so that is the function body. So function means, it is a block of code, right? Block of code which will be defined once, and it can be executed more than 2 or 3, many number of times you can use it. Right here, there are two types of functions, predefined or library function, and the other one is user defined function. So what is predefined and what is user defined function, right? So here when you are learning this 11th chapter, you will be having the clear idea about this functions, and you will be learning this predefined function, user defined functions and all with examples. When you are learning it with examples, and when you are executing the particular codings, if it is a JavaScript or PHP or HTML, whatever may be, first you have to understand what is the code there. Some codes will be syntax, that means that words you should not change, you should never change. That if that words have any mistakes, the whole program will be wrong, you will get an error there. But here in user defined function, if you are defining a function by yourself, that is a user defined function, there you can give any function name. It may be your name, or it may be a word called function or sum, or any word you can give, and you have to use that same word here in the program where you call the particular operation. When you are declaring some variable or in a whole program also, if you are giving some name to a function, you can give any name. That same name you have to call where you are calling the particular function, right? As I said you, in functions it's like that. When you are writing the whole program also, if the words are like int, for integer we'll write it as int, int, or if it is a alphabet we'll write it as a character, char, or if it is a word we'll write it as string. Those words will come under syntax. Okay, whatever, if you are learning conditional statements, or if you are learning any function, some words are syntax will be there. That syntax you should never change. But the name you give, the variable you assign, if you are assigning A is equal to 10 means whatever variable you wish you can give, A, B, C or D, whatever variable you need, you can just declare the variables there. Int A, int B, int C, like that. You can just involve int there, and you can give any letter, any word or any variable there. And for variable declaration we have some rules. You will be learning it when you are learning about the variable declaration in your 11th grade portions. Okay, so when you are declaring a variable, you can give any name or any word or any letter there, and values also you can give as per your wish. Values, it may be 100 or 10 or 1, 2, 3, whatever values you wish you can give. But in case if you are changing any letter from the syntax, that is if you are writing a if statement, the word if and the word else should not change. Whatever is inside the statement, it's not a problem. What if you are writing one word to display it on the output, you will just use the word syntax to display the output, and you will write any sentence inside double quotes. Whatever you are writing inside the double quotes will be displayed in the output part if you are writing the code correctly, so that when you are learning any conditional statements or any type of codings, first you have to be thorough with the syntax of the particular function or syntax of the particular portion. Okay, if you are knowing the syntax, the particular word will be thorough, right? So you can include that word, and the other thing, the values and all, you can give as per your wish. When you are writing any program and when you are taking the output also, if you are writing enter a value, means the output will be enter a value, like that it will come. You can give any value of your wish. The particular program will be executed and you will get the output. If you are giving, if it is asking enter 5 values, means you can give 100, 50, 60, like that you can give, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 you can give. If you are writing a coding to find out the average, you can give any value you wish. It will just execute and it will give the particular average of the input values which you have given. Okay, which you have given as the input. For that particular values, it will just execute the program and it will give you the output. If there is any error from the codes, some predefined codes are there, right? Predefined functions are there. If there is any error in that, in most of the lines will end with semicolon. Most of the lines will have, if you are writing a function, it will start with a bracket and it will end with a bracket. If you are missing any of this bracket, or if you are missing any of this semicolon, or if you are missing any of the double quotes in the starting or ending something, you will get that the program has an error in this line, like that you will get the error there. You can just check that line. Sometimes you will get the error in 4th line, but the 4th line will be correct. In that case, you can just check the 3rd line or 5th line. Sometimes in the 3rd line, if you are not mentioning the semicolon at the end, the 4th line won't be executed. The 4th line will show an error there. Likewise, there is so many easy techniques to find errors and to correct them also. If you are just putting the semicolon there, the whole program will be correct, and next time if you are saving, and you have to save it and execute it for the next time. If you are just mentioning the semicolon there and if you are executing it again, the thing you have added won't be saved, right? So once if you are added, or if you are changing something in the coding, you have to save it first and then you have to run the program and execute the output. Okay, so sometimes you will be putting the semicolon, brackets, everything correctly, but there will be some other errors. In that case, you can check the functions, function names from one place, and one place if you are mentioning the function name as sum, and another place if you are mentioning the name as total, means it won't be executed. You will be getting some other values there. It won't be showing the correct value because you will be giving some words. They are user defined, so it is not an error, but the particular function won't be executed. Even the space, or even the if you are giving one enter, it cursor, the particular cursor will go to the next line, right? If you are unknowingly giving 2 enter, means it will go to the next line, so one line will be blank there, so it will show an error there. So when you are seeing the coding, when you are learning the coding, you have to write, you have to learn the syntax thoroughly. That coding words you should not change. The values or the variables you can assign it as you wish, and you can give your own values there, and you can assign your own variables, and there will be no issues in giving your names or the values you wish. But in case of the predefined functions, all the words must be, if it is in capital letter, you must give in capital letter. If it is in small letter, you have to give in small letter only. If you are changing the lowercase to uppercase or uppercase to lowercase also, the whole program will get an error and you won't be getting the output. So I'm sure that if you are learning your lessons properly, and if you are writing it and seeing the codings and all, when you are learning itself, you must write it and see 2 or 3 times. You must write and you must check it with a book, or if you are having laptop or computer, means you can just work it out there, and you have to find if there is any errors, means you will be a good programmer when you are completing this 11th grade itself. Okay, here you will be learning all the basics of HTML and JavaScript, so you can write your own codings for some programs and all, to display some words or to create a beautiful web page with a colorful web page with some background images. For everything the codings are coming here, it is inside your book itself. So when you are learning this, you will be able to become a programmer as soon as completing 11th standard. If you are learning the codings thoroughly, you will be able to write a program using HTML and also JavaScript. In 12th grade, when you are going there, you will be learning more. You will be learning PHP language there, and when you are knowing this HTML and JavaScript only, you will be able to learn PHP there. If you are not knowing this HTML, you cannot learn PHP. So this is the basic. When we start our chapter, you should not miss HTML. Is a important thing wherever you go. If you are willing to work in Android or Java or .NET, whatever may be, this HTML is the basic, and you must know the codings in HTML. Okay, thank you for your valuable time. Stay home, stay safe, take care, bye.